Hello students, welcome to MemoNet. I am Sakti Swaroop, teacher of MemoNet, and we have earlier completed the first, second and third lecture. In the first lecture I have told you about the introduction for the current electricity, that is on the drift speed, resistance, resistivity, resistance depending upon the temperature, etc. Okay, and in the second lecture we have completed the Kirchhoff's law, and the third one, that is combination of a resistor and the EMF. Okay, so in the this will be the last lecture, that will be about the power and about the instruments. The current electricity, we require some instrument, that will be the last portion. Okay, so in this session, this will be my last video for the current electricity. What you should do, you should practice question from the NCERT, as the NCERT is the basis, and from the NCERT also sometimes directly question will come from. Okay, and then what you require to do, you have to solve some PYQs. You have to solve from NTA PYQs, that is previous year NEET question, and then you can also do the different question from any textbook you have, so any MCQ based question you have. Other than that, if you don't have, then you will please go for the Allied plan of MemoNet. In the Allied plan, it is very well designed. I think this will be the best way of preparation, how Sahul sir have made that. That is stepwise preparation from the first step, second step. First step will be the temporary memory, then second step, third step. Likewise, stepwise preparation, and in the last step, you will see that these questions are almost all questions will be remembered by heart. Okay, so let's start our chapter, that is electric, that is current electricity, and the portion will be electric power. So what is electric power? The energy liberated per second in a device. Energy liberated per second in a device is called its power, and electric power P delivered by an electric device will be, this is what we call the power is equals to work done by the device upon time taken. Okay, so if we are taking a small amount of work, so how we can write, that is dq upon dt into v. Okay, work we know that q into v. Okay, so if we will do the small amount of work, we have dq upon dt into v. Okay, so this will be the electric power. So power will be equals to, what we can write in other sense, we know that dq upon dt is I, so I into v. Or we can write, if I will change this voltage to in the form of current and resistance, that is I square R, as V is equals to IR, so I square R. Or I can change this current to voltage, so this will be V square upon R square into R. So what will be the answer? V square upon R. So power we can see it in three forms, that is I into V, also equals to I square into R, and also equals to V square by R. Okay, so the basically the SI unit of power is, SI unit of power, it is expressed in electrical power is expressed in watt. Okay, but if we are talking about the practical unit, it is 1000 watt or equals to 1 kilowatt. Okay, so this is the practical unit and this is the SI unit of the power. Then Joule's law of heating, electrical heating. What is Joule's law of electrical heating? It is given by the heat generated in joules, when a current I ampere flows through a resistance R ohm, for t second. Okay, t second. So it will be given by, that is heat is equals to I square R into T. Okay. So what do you mean by heat? The heat generated through the electric power. Okay. So it is that is I square R into T. Okay. So we can also write in place of I square, we can write V square upon R square R into T. So this we will cancel out. It is V square upon R into T. So what will be the Joule law of electrical heating? It means when the electrical heating will be changed to the which type of heating, that is electrical heating will be changed to the heat energy, then this will be called as the Joule's law of electrical heating. Okay. So this is the formula, that is H is equals to I square R into T, and this will be in Joule. Okay. It is same as that of work done. Okay. So unit is that is Joule. Okay. So now let's see some question. Here in the question it is given that if bulb rating is 100 watt and 220 volt, then determine the resistance of the filament. What will be the resistance? Resistance. We know that power is equals to V square upon R. Okay. This is the power. So we can write what our resistance, it is equals to V square upon P. Okay. It means 220 into 220 upon 100. So this will be the resistance. So you find out this answer and mention in the comment box what will be these answers. Okay, I just tell you the formula. I just put it the formula how to solve it. Please be serious about the solving the questions, because in the physics the main part is solving the question. In which best possible way you can solve. What I will do here, 0 to 0 I will cancel. Okay. Then 22 into 22. I know that 22 square is 484 ohm. Okay. So this will be the resistance. So how easily you can calculate? Please make a practice through it, because as you solve the question, you will get accommodated with this, that how to solve the question in a easier way. This will save a time for your while doing the questions in the actual paper, because at that time we don't have the enough time to solve all the questions. Okay, we just have some limited time to answer the questions. Okay, so how fast you are doing, so this will be taken upon the consideration, that is how fast you are doing, in how accurate you are doing, your calculation is accurate or not. So this you need to practice at every point of time. Okay, particularly while you are doing physics and physical chemistry. Okay, NEET students face a lot of difficulties in like this. So I am requesting you to solve the questions, more and more questions, that is mathematical based questions, so that there will be no problem in the exam. Okay. Then current through the filament. What will be the current through the filament? We know that power is equals to I square R. Okay. So here the current I is equals to power upon R under root. Okay. So anyone will do like this, but I will not do like this. Why? It is given here 220 volt, and I have also find out the resistance here. So what will be the current? I is equals to V upon R. Okay, only this much. So what will be the current? I is equals to 220 upon, what will be the resistance here? Resistance is given as 484. Okay, so this will be the value of the current. Mention in the comment box what did you get. Then the last question is given as, if the bulb is operated at 110 volt power supply, then find the power consumed by the bulb. So what it is asking, if the bulb will operate at this much volt, so the power supply we know that it is equals to V square upon R. Okay, and we have the potential, that is 110 into 110 upon the resistance, it is 484. Okay, it is 484. So this much power will consume by the bulb. you have to find out how much the answer, or I will tell. No, I will not tell, I will answer. If you have watched the lecture, do question me, I will answer in the Telegram or in the comment in this YouTube comment box. Okay. So in this question it is given that in the following figure grade the bulb in order of their brightness. These type of questions are often comes in the exam. Okay, and it's the favorite question. Okay, these are one type of favorite question, because you have to think of these questions. Okay, and you have to analyze, you have to put the common sense here. So which bulb will glow brighter? Those bulb which have maximum resistance. Why? If रेजिस्टेंस का मतलब क्या होता है, मतलब आप करंट के फ्लो करने के लिए वो रेजिस्ट कर रहे हो. ओके, तो इफ योर रेजिस्टेंस विल बी मैक्सिमम, देन इट कैन होल्ड मोर एनर्जी, सो दिस विल ग्लो ब्राइटर. ओके, तो इन द सीरीज कंडीशन द रेजिस्टेंस it is taken as the brighter bulb, the bulb will grow brighter which has maximum resistance. If it has maximum resistance, then the power will be minimum. Okay, so if I will see in this case, the bulb B1, here bulb B1 is on 220 volt and 100 watt power. B1 is equals to 220 volt and 100 watt power. So if I will find the resistance of V1, it is V square upon P. It means 220 into 220 upon 100. Okay, if I am finding the resistance here, so it will be V square upon P. Okay, then V2, for the bulb 2 we have 220 into 220 upon 50. Okay, then bulb 3, let's say it is 220 into 220 upon 20. Okay, now let's see this case. If the numerator is same for on every cases, then when the denominator for the bulb which has the denominator lesser, then that quantity will be more. What I want to tell, see this quantity and this quantity, compare this. Which quantity is more? As the denominator is less, this quantity will be greater and this is smaller. Okay, so what will be the order? The lesser one is 20 and then 50 and then 100. So V3 will be greater than B2 is greater than B1. This is in case of resistance. So I have mentioned you that the bulb will grow brighter as the bulb will have maximum resistance. So maximum resistance किसमें है? B3 में है. तो यही ऑर्डर क्या रहेगा? और B1 में सबसे मिनिमम रेजिस्टेंस है, तो यही ऑर्डर हमारा क्या रह जाएगा? यही ऑर्डर ब्राइटनेस का भी रहेगा. दिस ऑर्डर विल बी फॉर brightness. Okay, our next topic, that is power transfer theorem. So when we are talking about power transfer theorem, let's do one circuit here. We have external resistance, an external resistance of capital R, and then we have a battery here, and its battery EMF is E, and its internal resistance is R. Okay, so what we will write for the current here? I is equals to E upon R. It means voltage upon resistance. It is E upon R plus R. Okay, so for the power I can write I square R. Okay, so this will be that is equals to E square upon R plus R square into R. Okay, so this is the power. So how can I tell that in which case the maximum power will be transferred? When we are taking any battery, the internal resistance will not change. What we can change? We can change the load. Okay, so for this we can write dP upon dR. If it is equals to 0. At this condition, the power transfer maximum, okay, maximum at this point. So if you will derivative it, okay, अब अगर हम इसका डिफरेंशिएशन लेंगे इस क्वांटिटी का, दिस वाले क्वांटिटी का अगर डिफरेंशिएशन लेंगे तो हमारा जो r आएगा, the r will be equals to small r, okay. It means the load will be equals to the internal resistance. So in this condition the power transfer will be maximum. ये सॉल्व करने के लिए बहुत टाइम जाएगा, मैं नहीं कर रहा, पर हमारा कंडीशन ये याद रखना पड़ेगा कि the internal resistance will be equals to the load or the external resistance. Then we will start with instruments. Okay, we have the ammeter. Ammeter, it is a device which used to measure current. Okay, तो ammeter क्या करता है? Current measure करता है. And ammeter is always placed in series with the resistor. Okay, series in the circuit. Ammeter कैसे place किया जाता है? Series में. And what is the thing of ammeter? What is the important thing of ammeter? It is of low resistance. Low resistance. Why? अगर हम ammeter का ज्यादा रेजिस्टेंस लेंगे तो क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा? अगर ज्यादा रेजिस्टेंस लेंगे तो उसमें पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप होगा, तो हमारा जो वैल्यू ऑफ करंट विल चेंज. ओके, सो इट विल नॉट मेजर द रियल वैल्यू ऑफ करंट. सो दैट्स व्हाई एन आइडियल ammeter will have zero resistance, but this is not possible. okay, कुछ अगर डिवाइस लगाएंगे तो उसमें रेजिस्टेंस थोड़ा ना थोड़ा रहेगा. ओके, एंड one thing I want to tell that when ammeter is placed in the circuit, the current value it measures will be always lesser than real current. ओके, जो एक्चुअल करंट जो होता है उससे हमें कम करंट मिलेगा जब हम मेजर कर रहे हैं एमीटर से. दिस इज व्हाई लेट्स से वी हैव अ resistor here and we have a ammeter here, and here it is the battery, it is V volt, it is R, and this ammeter, let's say it has resistance smaller. So when we'll have not ammeter, then the value of I will be V upon R. When we will have the ammeter in the circuit, then the value of I is V upon R plus R. Okay, so which value of the current is greater, and the actual value, this is this one. And when we are when we are fixing the ammeter in the circuit, then the current value decreases. The current value will decrease. So this is why when the ammeter in the circuit is placed in the circuit, the current value it measures will be always lesser than the real current. Okay. So now we have the galvanometer and we want to change it to ammeter. So what we do? We should fix a shunt or resistance to the galvanometer that is in the parallelly. to अगर हम parallelly हम इसको fix करेंगे तो क्या होगा? If these are in parallels, then the resistance of galvanometer will fall down. Okay, will decrease. Resistance will decrease. So it will have the potential to measure current that is closer to real value. Okay, जितना value of galvanometer कम हो जाएगा, the resistance of galvanometer का setup जितना कम हो जाएगा, उतना current हमें real value मिलेगा. So what we will do? We are fixing the shunt in parallel to the galvanometer. So we know that in parallel condition the potential remains same. Okay, it means the potential across the galvanometer will be equals to the potential across the shunt. So if I have the current here I, and Ig is the current passing through the galvanometer, and I minus Ig will be the current passing through the shunt. So what I can write, Ig into the resistance of galvanometer, that is Rg, will be equals to I minus of Ig, this will be the current passing through the shunt, into the shunt, the resistance shunt. Okay, this one is the condition. This is the condition when we are fixing the when we are changing the galvanometer to ammeter. Okay, now let's see some question related to this. What is the value of shunt which passes 10% of the main current, 10% of the main current through the galvanometer of 99 ohm? Okay, we have the galvanometer here G, and it is of 99 ohm, and here a shunt is fixed here. Okay, and here 10% of the main current is passing through the galvanometer. If it is I, then this is I upon 10, that is 10%, that is 10 upon 100 I, it is I upon 10. Okay, so I upon 10, sorry, it is I upon 10. Okay, this is passing through the galvanometer. So what I can write, I upon 10 into 99, that will be equals to I minus I upon 10 into, in this path, what will be the current will be flowing, I minus I upon 10. Okay, and this is the resistance of the shunt is S. So S, so we have that is I upon 10 upon 10 minus 10I minus I, it means 9I upon 10, which will be equals to, this will be equals to whole into 99, it is whole into 99, this will be equals to S. Okay, so we have I to I cancelled. Okay, then 10 to 10 cancelled. We have the shunt value as 99 upon 9, it is 11 ohm. Okay, what is the value of shunt? That is 11 ohm. In this question it is given that find the current in the circuit, also determine percentage error measuring in the current through the ammeter A and B. Okay, so here here these two figures are given, that is A and B. Okay, in this ammeter is not there, and here ammeter is present. So when the ammeter is not present in the condition A, we have the current is equals to V upon R, that is equals to 10 upon 2, it is equals to 5 ampere. And when the ammeter is present, we have, that is ammeter, the resistance of ammeter is 0.5 ohm, it means I is equals to 10 upon 2 plus 0.5, it is 2.5, this means 4 ampere is the current. Okay, so what is the percentage error? Percentage error, we have the final initial value, that is 5, minus of final value, that is 4, upon initial value into 100. Okay, so this will be equals to 5 minus 4 equals to 1 upon 5 into 100. Okay, into, sorry, it is 100, 1 upon 5 into 100, that is will be equals to 20%. So 20% is the percentage error for this condition. Okay, so now let's see the voltmeter. So what does the voltmeter mean? It measures the potential, difference. Okay, what the voltmeter does, it measures the potential difference, and the voltmeter is always placed parallel to the in the circuit. Let's say we have here resistance, and it is the EMF, okay, the battery, that is E, and the voltmeter is always placed parallel to in the circuit. So these two measure the potential across this resistance. So what I think of this, that when we are having the voltmeter, okay, does it measure the real value? No. Why? The voltmeter, any device will have some resistance. It means some of the current will pass through it. Okay, So if some of the current will pass through it, then there will be decrease in the current here in this section. So voltmeter always measures lesser value than the actual one, okay, than actual one, okay. So for this condition, what should be the voltmeter resistance? Okay, the resistance of the voltmeter should be so high so that lesser to lesser current will pass through it. ये वोल्टमीटर का अगर हम रेजिस्टेंस बहुत ज्यादा कर दिए तो यहाँ पे कितना करंट पास करेगा, थोड़ा सा करंट पास करेगा, so that we know that in the parallel condition these both will be in the same potential, okay. If these both will be in the same potential, it means maximum current will pass through the resistance if we have the voltmeter as the resistance of the voltmeter as a much greater value, okay. So resistance of voltmeter normally it is much greater, okay. तो ये हमारा रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ वोल्टमीटर. और आइडियल वोल्टमीटर में क्या होता है, वोल्टमीटर आइडियल द रेजिस्टेंस इज टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी, ओके. अगर इंफिनिटी को टेंड करेगा तो बहुत 0.00001% ऑफ करंट उसमें पास करेगा. बाकी का करंट किस में पास करेगा, बाकी का करंट अपना रेजिस्टर के थ्रू पास करेगा, ओके. So this is the condition of the voltmeter. Then when we are trying to change the galvanometer to voltmeter, then we have to apply a shunt within the series, okay. मतलब galvanometer के साथ series में हम एक shunt लगाएं, so that what will be the condition in the series, we know that the current will be same. If the current will be same, let's see this condition. If the current is same, here Ig is traveling, okay, Ig is passing through it, okay. So what I can write for the V is equals to Ig I whole into R plus Z, okay. G is the resistance of the galvanometer, R plus Z. So what I can write for the resistance, okay, of the shunt, R is equals to V upon I minus of Z, okay. So this is the condition for the changing of galvanometer to the voltmeter. So let's see some question in this point, okay. Here the voltmeter has resistance of Z ohm, okay, and a range of voltage, range of V volt. Then calculate the resistance to be used in series with it to extend its range to NV volt, okay. So we know that in this condition we will have the resistance will be connected in the series. This is G ohm and this is R, this is G ohm resistance, and we have to measure the voltage here, okay. So what I can write, that is, it is changing to NV volt. NV volt is equals to I, it is equals to I whole into Z R plus G, okay. But what's the initial condition has given? The voltmeter has resistance of Z ohm and range of voltage is V volt. So what I can write, when it has G ohm resistance and V volt voltage, so the I will be equals to V upon G, okay. So in place of I we can put NV is equals to V upon G R plus Z, okay. So here V to V cancelled, okay. G I will take into other side, NG is equals to R plus G. So the value of R is equals to N minus 1 of Z. So this is the condition, okay. So this will be our answer. Let's see in this condition, find the potential difference across the resistance 300 ohm in A and B, okay. Here in the first figure A, Okay, we have here it is 300 ohm and we have to find out the potential difference across this. So what will be the value of I here? We have V upon R, that is 100 upon 200 plus 300 will be our equivalent resistance. It means 500. Okay, so I is equals to 1 upon 5. Okay, so what is the drop here? That is V is equals to I into R, that is 1 upon 5 into 300. It is equals to 60 volt. 60 voltage का drop हो जाएगा इधर. Okay, this will be 60 volt. Okay, but in this case, what is extra here? That is another voltmeter is attached here parallel to the 300 ohm, and this will also the drop volt. This will also drop the voltage. Okay, so what will happen? The value of equivalent resistance will change. So R equivalent, let's find it out. R equivalent is equals to 200 and this is 300, 600. If I calculate 1 upon 300 plus 1 upon 600. Okay, so let's make the denominator is equals to R equivalent dash. Okay, I am finding the equivalent in between these two. Okay, R equivalent dash equals to 1 upon 300 plus 1 upon 600. I will make the denominator same. It means 2 into here, and here I will multiply with 2. It means 2 plus 1, 3 upon 600 is equals to 1 upon R equivalent. So R equivalent is equals to 600 upon 3, it is 200. Okay, so 200 is the R equivalent for R equivalent dash. So what will be the R equivalent? It means 200 plus 200, it is 400 ohm. 400 ohm is the R equivalent. So what I can write for the value of I, that is current, that is V upon R, it is 100 upon 400, it is 1 by 4, that is 0.25 or 1 by 4. Let's keep it simple. It is 1 by 4. Okay, it is equals to 1 upon 4. So what I can write for the potential here? The potential drop, what I can write? That is, see, here the potential drop will be same for both. It is same for both because these are in the parallel condition. So what will be the potential drop here at the 200 ohm? That I will subtract from the real potential. Okay, let's find out what is the potential in between through the 200 ohm resistor. So I 200, let's say it is, okay, sorry, V 200. What is the drop? Okay, let's find out. V 200, it is equals to I into R, that is 1 upon 4 into resistance is 200. So this will be equals to 50. 50 volt का drop किसमें हुआ है? इधर हुआ है. So what is the drop here? This is also 50 volt. Okay, in these both condition, the drop will be 50 volt. 50 volt. So the potential drop for the 300 ohm resistance is 50 volt. Let's see our last portion for the current electricity. Okay, this is meter bridge. It is a type of instrument to measure the value of unknown resistance. Okay, and this is based on the principle of Wheatstone bridge. Okay, Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge I have taught you in the last class. If you have not properly watched the lecture, please go and watch the lecture. Wheatstone bridge in detail I have told you what is balanced Wheatstone bridge. I have also find out the how in the middle one, the resistance middle one, in the middle one will have the zero current passing through it. Okay, so this is based on the principle of Wheatstone bridge. So what I will tell that if this is R resistance and this is S resistance, so we will have R upon S is equals to see here the area of cross section is same. Okay, what is different? That is and the rho is same also, and area of cross section is same. Rho is the resistivity. Okay, what is different? That is we can change the value of L, that is length of the wire. Okay, you can change the value of length of the wire. So it will depend on the length of the wire. As resistance is directly proportional to length of wire, we can directly write L upon 100 minus L. Okay, why I am taking 100? 100 is the 1 meter we have taken the wire. So 1 meter, it means 100 centimeter. If this L is something centimeter, this will be 100 minus L centimeter, and resistance is directly proportional to the length. So the it is directly proportional to the length, so it is expressed in like this. Okay, मतलब आपको ये टर्म में हम एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं. क्यों? रेजिस्टेंस अपना डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, तो जैसे जैसे रेजिस्टेंस चेंज करेगा वैसे वैसे लेंथ भी चेंज करेगा ना. ओके, so R upon S is equals to L upon 100 minus L. Okay, so this one is the condition for the meter bridge. Let's see some question. In a meter bridge experiment, the value of the unknown resistance is 2 ohm. Sorry, it is 2 ohm. To get the balancing point at 40 centimeter distance from the same end, okay, then what will be the resistance in the resistance box? Okay, so here it is given that the meter bridge experiment, the value of unknown resistance is 2 ohm. Let's say we have the resistance box is resistance of the resistance box is this one. Okay, and we have the 2 ohm as the unknown resistance. Okay, this is 2 ohm and this is R. Okay, and then this one is something which will not matter as it is a Wheatstone bridge model, and this the null point will be coming at 40 centimeter. Okay, 40 centimeter to get the balancing 40 centimeter from the same end. Okay, it means 40 centimeter it will be the null point for the what? It is for the 2 ohm side. Okay, so what I can do, this is the length of the wire and it is coming to be 40 centimeter. So what will be the this length? It is 100 minus 40. So we have R upon 2 is equals to 100 minus 40 upon 40. Okay, so this will be 20 and the value of R is equals to 60 upon 20. It is equals to 3 ohm. So resistance of the resistance box, that is this one, will be of 3 ohm. Okay, so with this I complete my lecture for the current electricity. Now what you have to do, you just have to prepare each and every question and related concept from this chapter. Make short notes. You have many formulas here. Make short notes so that you can revise at the last time, and you have one more day to revise all the concepts. Okay, and do questions from related to this chapter. If you have any book, you can go for it, and you don't have, then contact to the MemoNet. They will provide you the Elite program. Okay, you have to buy it. Okay, and solve the question, and the Elite plan will be so effective you can't know. I am definitely suggesting you will face what the difficulties you are facing. This will be not this will be all solved in the this Elite plan. Okay, that remembering part, that question solving part, everything. And at the same time do PYQs, the last 5-year PYQs, which is most important for you. With this let's have a goodbye and meet you in the next classes. That will be for the BPT 6. Okay, till this answer the please attend the quizzes and also do the daily targets in the Telegram channel we are posting. Okay, so have a goodbye. Thank you all.